Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, I'm ScrapMan, bringing you another episode of Trailmakers, and today we're going to be trying to create a centipede-style creature vehicle in Trailmakers, where all of the legs kind of like do like the like that kind of thing. And I don't know how it's gonna go, but I figured we could use some of the programming features of the different mechanical parts and see if we can create a walking centipede that has that kind of wavy leg illusion. So I figured the best way to start off with this is just make a single leg, see if we can get it to just work the way that we want it to work. We'll just attach the leg to a seat. So I think for each leg, we need at least two. We need horizontal and we need vertical, because we're gonna have to have these two steering hinges work with each other to lift the leg up, move it forward, put it down, move it back, and then it's gonna go in that kind of fashion there. And what's really cool is we can use these new pipe pieces. Oh, where are they? I'm in the wrong section. We can use these new pipe pieces in one of the latest updates to build insecty looking legs. Oh wait, actually, you know, I just realized I think you could put steering hinges on steering hinges. I don't know why, for some reason I thought you couldn't, but we think we totally can. So, you know, something I really wish we could do in Trailmakers is have all of these settings and controls for each individual angle. So the red direction and the green direction, because sometimes I want the green direction to do something different than the red direction, but I don't have that. I would have to create a separate steering hinge if I want variation in the angle forward or back. So if the devs are watching this, maybe see if we could add that to the game. All right, let's also put the speed down so we could see what's going on here. All right, so now we're just gonna make the shape of our leg. So I think it's gonna be a pretty simplistic looking leg. I think that right there probably works. So now we have to figure out the appropriate timing for the programming here. We gotta select the delay before reacting and so on. So the first thing I'm gonna want it to do is lift up. So there's gonna be no delay. It's going to then lift up. Now, how fast do we want it to go? I'm gonna say, let's just go 0.3. I don't know how fast that's going to be. So then after 0.3, it's going to go back down, correct? Now let's change it to 0.4 so it's more easily divisible. So now the reset time is basically going to set how long before it repeats this action here. And I don't know if it takes place total time or after the staying active when receiving input. So I'm going to put it on 0.8 right now just to see what it does. So now if we hold W, that doesn't seem too bad. So now the horizontal movement, we have to time with the vertical movement. So after 0.4, the leg comes back down. So that's when we want it to come back after going forward. So I'm gonna delay it by 0.1. So the leg's gonna lift up, a tenth of a second later, it's gonna move forward, and then it's gonna come back down, and then that's when we want it to move back. So I'm gonna have it go 0.5, and then the total is gonna be 0.8. So let's see if that just looks like I want it to look. All right, up, forward, down, back. Up, forward, down, back. I mean... oh, no, it's getting off. All right, this should make it easier to follow what's happening now. So let's see. Okay, that is not exact... oh. Huh. Even though we have the repeat time the same for both the vertical and the horizontal, clearly they're getting off sync with each other. And that must have something to do with maybe this is subtracted from this time. So this should be 1.4. While the other one will be 1.5 since there's no delay. That seems to be more consistent now. I've been holding it down for a little bit, and it doesn't seem to have changed. However, I want to add another delay because it seems to be not having a chance to come back down before it pulls back. So let's make this 0.07. There we go. So up, down, back. Up. Oh, nope. Oh, okay, so that also changes things. All right, I think I have programmed the leg movement in. It took a little bit of trial and error because the times don't seem to match up the way that you'd expect. But I got it programmed down where it seems to be uh-oh. Is it getting off sync? It's getting off sync still. I gotta do a little bit more experimentation. All right, this is way worse. I've tried a tenth of a second ahead and a tenth of a second back, and that's worse. So it seems like for some reason, even though the times should match up, they're not matching up. So maybe you can see something that I'm not figuring out here, but the way that I have it is this stays active for 0.6 seconds when receiving input and then becomes inactive. And then after 1.2 seconds, it's supposed to repeat. So that's the vertical one. The horizontal one stays active for 0.9 seconds when receiving input, and then will become inactive. Then it repeats after 0.9 seconds. So now these should add up to a total of 1.8, and then these should add up for a total of 1.8, and I found out that the delay doesn't seem to make a difference, but these should become in sync with each other. Because originally I thought that having the same reset time would just make them reset at the same time, but that apparently isn't how it works. Apparently, the seconds that stay active is added onto the reset time. So in order to get them to reset at the same time, it seems like we have to have them equal roughly the same time, but even after a while, so many loops start to get out of sync. So I don't know how this is going to affect things, but when those two numbers add up together, they seem to work out for the longest period of time, so I'm going to try to stick with that. So now what we have to do is copy and paste this down one side and gradually add a slight delay to each leg as we go back. But first, I'm going to copy this to the other side and then make sure that it works on the other side as well. So this should be like the first two steps on both sides. Let's see how it looks. Okay. That's not too bad. So if we have a bunch of that stacked up onto different segments, then it should pretty much look like a wave going, right? And then if we stop and reset, then it should reset the cycle to back to the beginning. So we'll have another round of loops before it gets off sync. I think this might work. This might work despite it not being perfect. It still might work. So now I'm going to create something that can kind of turn its body as well, just like a real centipede. All right, so here is first segment. Let's see how it's starting to look so far. Oh, boy. Oh, actually, now that I'm looking at that, how that works, we might be doing some wavy stuff. I think the longer we make us, though, the better it's going to look. Otherwise, we're going to have to change the math on all of this. All right, it's already starting to look better than just a second ago when we were just kind of flopping on the ground. So check it out. So the back legs, because they take a lot longer to catch up, they keep you supported as your front legs lift off the ground. So as we start making this thing even longer, I wonder if we can actually get up to like 100 legs. Definitely not 1,000. It's going to be way too complex. But yeah, as we get even longer, we're going to have more support from the back, which will keep the front more stable, I'm hoping. But I think this is starting to look good so far. It's not very fast, but we would have the ability to turn as well. You can see we can turn ourselves, and I think that should technically work. It's just our friction on the ground doesn't look the best over here. All right, let's keep adding more segments and see how it affects the performance of it overall. I'm hoping that it'll get faster as it gets more stable. And I'm hoping that it'll get more stable as it gets longer. Guess we'll find out when we get there. So in case you're wondering what the process is like that I'm having to do is basically as I copy each segment down, I then have to add 0.2 seconds to the delay before reacting input. So this is 0.9. I have to bring it up to 0.1. And then these two are 0.7. So I got to bring them up to 0.9. These two in the back here are 1. So they go to 1.2. And then these two outside ones are 0.9. So they got to go to 1.1. And then that should give us another segment that is timed with the rest of the segments, as you can see here. Yep, that's starting to look pretty good. So I'm just going to keep doing that until... Should I try to do it until we reach our limit of complexity and the game doesn't let me add any more parts? I could give that a try. Let's try it. Actually, you know what? We can tell when that would be. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna paint this section red. Anything red is unprogrammed. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna paste this as many times as I can until it tells me I can't. And then that's gonna give me an indicator of if I want to reach the complexity limit. Oh, well, that wasn't very far at all, was it? So it looks like I can add 5 more sections. And then this would be our centipede. So that there's 4 legs per section. How many sections are there? 11. So this would be 44 legs, a 44-leg centipede. That is not exactly a centipede, but I'm going to say close enough. Now let's get programming these things. All right, I think this is looking pretty good. Now let's just see if it works. I'm hoping that the legs will look cool when it does this, because that was kind of the whole point, was to make the legs look cool. Oh, I should add pincers to the front. What am I thinking? There we go. That looks much better. Now let's see. Will it walk? All right, this looks actually pretty cool just by itself. All right, and 3, 2, 1, walk. It is so slow. Why are you so slow? Well, I know why you're so slow, because your legs are moving pretty slow. It'd be very, very difficult to easily change the speed of all the legs and have it not mess with it. Oh, look, we can really see you can really see the wave from this angle especially. That looks pretty cool. All right, well, let's pause for a second. Now let's test it out. How does it look when it turns? Oh, that's interesting. I mean, this is like not functional at all. It definitely doesn't work great, but dare I say it works? I think it works. Oh man, that turning is aggressive. Look at this. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh, we're like we're a dead insect. This is what dead insects do, right? As soon as they die, they just roll over. I would say I like it. I like it. This vehicle was never built for functionality. It was not built as a vehicle to get you from one point to another. It was really just built as a demonstration of, can we do cool stuff with legs? And is this working right? Yes, it's working right. Okay. He does a little bit of a wave too as he goes, which is kind of cool. It adds another wave aspect to it. But as I usually like to do with my vehicles is once I get them to work on a basic level is to try to see if I can push the limits. So what do you say we add some thrusters to this thing and see if we can't get it to go a little bit faster? All right, so let's just do a contrast. We're going about an average of 2 kilometers an hour. Let's see what we can get up to with this thrust here. It's going to nose us into the ground. All that thrust is above our center of mass. This is going to go terribly. All right, here we go. That was about as good as I could have expected. I wasn't watching the speed. What did I get up to? I didn't notice. Here, let's pay attention to the speed. Here, let's pay attention to this. Let's pay attention to... You know, we need a flatter area to start. All right, this is looking pretty good. What do you think? All right, here we go. Watch the speed. We're going up to 60, 70, 100, 150, 180, 200. Oh, right into the pillar at 200 kilometers an hour. What a way to go for a centipede. Just birthed into this world. Oh, we could probably actually turn. Hold on a sec. Here, let's see if we can... Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh, imagine... Should we try to make a flying centipede? Dare we make a flying centipede? I don't know if we could do that or not. Oh, something broke. We lost a leg. Let's repair. All right, I'm going to try to get myself into that tunnel here. Oh, that looks so cool. I love that view. I can watch that for days. All right, but I'm not gonna subject you. You can put that on a loop. Someone make like a looping gif of... Someone just make a looping gif of this. Just like one of those satisfying gifs. I don't know. All right, and go. I'm gonna try to get myself through the tunnel there before I die. Oh, this is not working out very well. All right, we lost half of us. Let's see if we can get up in the air over here. Here we go, we're in the air. Oh, that's a fun game. It is a fun... Look at all the parts floating around. That's all of our legs. And they're all disintegrating. They don't feel so good. All right, we have to try more things with this. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. This might work, this might not. I'm just gonna select all of my thrusters. This is gonna help us get up in the air, I think. How am I gonna do this? I'm gonna try to paste them underneath. There we go. Oh, can we have that? Does this just work? I didn't think we'd be able to paste that. Let's use both. I was just gonna replace them on the bottom, but let's keep both of them. Then we'll have a more centered thing of thrust. Oh no, we made it through. How did we make it through that? We're a flying centipede. This is amazing, and we're dead. Didn't last very long. All right, we're gonna do that again, but we're going up the ramp. So we're gonna have an upwards trajectory, I hope, as we go up into the air. Oh no, we've lost so many legs, but look at us go. We are a flying centipede of wavy legness. Or of leggy waviness. I don't even know what to say. Look at the oh, that is satisfying looking. The thruster trails? This is just like a whole bunch of satisfying. We got satisfying thruster trails. We got satisfying leg waves. We've got, I mean, that's kind of satisfying to me, just like looking at the turning. I don't know if it is for you either. But, all right, let's try to get back up. Oh. Trying to get ourselves back up in the air again. Oh, that's not the direction I intended on going. Oh. Look at all the parts just bounce off the water. That is awesome. All right, so now I want to see, can we get up in the air if we put our center of thrust below our center of mass, which means deleting all of our top thrusters. All right, will this help us get up into the air? Let's find out. Oh, this is not the way. This is not working as intended. Nope. All right, we might need to add some wings to this thing. All right, all I could add was wings to the front. These wings are actually going to pitch us up, I hope, but I can't add a single more thing to this thing. Can't add a single thing more, not more thing. Let's see if this is enough, though. It kind of looks cool. It's almost like there's a butterfly on the head of the centipede. I like it. So we should be able to pitch up like that. I don't know if that is a little bit too extreme, it looks like. It's hitting myself. All right, let's see if this helps us get up in the air. Oh, it's working. It works. Oh. Works a little bit too well, if you ask me. All right, let's try it in this direction. Here we go. Lift up. Oh, it's way too much. Oh, it just backflips us. Let's put the angle a little bit less extreme. All right, this should be a little bit more subtle, I'm hoping. Go. Oh. Maybe we should move the thrusters back to the top. All right, maybe this will hopefully prevent us from backflipping so quickly once we get up into the air. All right, let's face ourselves over towards the openness here. All right, pitch up 17 degrees. Go, 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 go. Okay. The aerodynamics of the centipede are not ideal. That is what I've learned from this experiment. We need a tail fin to keep us from doing that, but I can't add a single thing more to this thing because it's too complex. You know, what if does a wing equal one of these? Let's see if I can add another wing now that, oh, here we go. More wings. More wings. I'm gonna put some wings in the back here. Yes. Can I add anything? Nope, that's it. I deleted 2 of these small pipes and I was able to add 2 wings because of it. So that is where we can add more stuff. So let's see if this back wing here helps us at all. Moment of truth. Take off. Flying centipedes. What? The world does not need flying centipedes. There goes my tail. The world really doesn't need flying centipedes, but that's what we're getting today in Trailmakers. Let's just hope that this thing doesn't make its way somehow to the real world. I mean, this thing is clearly not efficient enough to even comprehend its own existence. Okay. Oh, whoa, 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 it's working. Oh, it's working. The tail fin made all the difference. I mean, oh, what? This is as terrifying as I would expect from a flying centipede, to be honest. I like it. I'm a fan of the flying centipede. I think if we add some more fins, then it'll be even more stable. Why I want this flying centipede to have any more of a chance in life, I do not know, but I just gotta see it. We're gonna delete some more of those. We're gonna delete some more of these, and we should be able to add like 8 more of these things. So let's do it. All right, structure is too complex. I've added as many as I could, spaced them out pretty evenly. Now we should have an even more stable flying centipede, although I don't have a tail fin, a vertical stabilizer at all. So, but that wasn't our vertical stabilization wasn't our main issue. All right, here we go. Or using a vertical stabilizer wasn't our main issue. All right. Oh. All right, now let's use the legs. Use the legs. There we go. There we go. Now we need that vertical stabilizer, kind of. But look at oh, it looks so good like this. Look at that. I love it. We've got a flying centipede. I wasn't even planning on making a flying centipede. I was just planning on making a centipede. Oh. Whoop. Are we going to survive this? I don't know the answer to that question just yet. No, we're not going to survive it. Can we land? Can we land a flying centipede? I mean, if you're going to take off, you got to try to land. Let's do it. Gonna turn. All right. Oh, that's more turning than I wanted to do. We're gonna take off. We're gonna take off. We have no, there's no way we're not gonna land. We're not. We're not dead. We're fine. We're fine. But you know what? I'm gonna say this flying centipede was an overwhelming success, and I am very satisfied with what we were able to do. If you have ideas for future crazy concepts and builds you'd like to see me attempt in Trailmakers, that's right, I say attempt because I am not betting on success when it comes to these types of things. Let me know down in the comments, because that's what I like doing on this channel, is showing you guys the things you never really thought you'd ever wanted to see. So yeah, leave a like if you liked it. This has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye, and hope we don't ever get flying centipedes in real life, because that would be terrifying. I mean, unless they just instantly kill themselves like this one does. Bye!